Your first look at the 2025 DBN Invitational first round matchups is coming right up on the DBNI Selection Show. Welcome to the DBNI Selection Show. I am your host, Bryan Pravel, and I am joined by my fellow co-host and dear friend of mine, Brandon Fogel. Brandon, welcome.
Hey, Brian. I am playing the role of Zachary Moore tonight.
Big shoes, but it won't be too hard, I promise. Let's just get right to it. We've got a really, really exciting night, and we don't need to belabor the point. Tonight, we are going to reveal our matchups for the 2025 DBN Invitational. Who's made it in? Who will they be playing against? But before we do that, for those who may not be familiar, let's take a quick look at the format of the DBN Invitational.
All right, the tournament structure is as follows. The first chance games are played on this Friday night, North American time, and Saturday morning, North American time. It's going to be 4 games over those 2 rounds, and these are winner-take-all games. So only the board topper will advance to the championship game, which will be played the following weekend on March 1st. And the players know which round they're going to play in, but they don't yet know which board they're going to be on and who their exact opponents are going to be. They're going to find that out right now on this broadcast. Now, the 4 winners advance, but the remaining players, 24 of them, will advance to the last chance games, where they will have one more chance to try to make that championship game. Unfortunately, though, because of the way math works, only 3 of them can advance, which means that 21 players at most can play in those last chance games. That means that at least 3 players will have to sit out. More if there are any players choose are unable to play in the first chance game and are allowed to move right to the last chance games. So in that last chance stage, we'll have 3 games. Those will take place Saturday night, North American time, and Sunday morning, North American time. And the 3 winners, the board toppers, advance to the games, to the championship game. So there are no scores in these games. Only the most number of centers matters. Tiebreakers go to the Paris method of power selection, which will take place before each one of the games.
So first up, we'll take a quick look at the alternates for this event. Alternates are a really big part of the DBN Invitational. There has not been a season yet where we have not needed to call on our alternates. And in fact, the very first DBNI ever, we had a alternate make it all the way up to the 8th seed, almost making it into the championship game. So a big history in the DBNI of alternates playing a big role. First alternate we'll take a look at is Matthew Tatanchi. Matthew was a member of our Super 7 for last season in our 4th DBNI, and coming in 29th, the first alternate.
And the next 3 alternates are Darcy Morris, Ian Rudnick, and Roni Mordvinov. If they get in the field, for each of them, this would be their first DBNI appearance.
And our final alternate of this season is Craig Meyer. This will be Craig's 3rd DBNI, should he play. Taking a look at first chance round 1, game 1. First on the board is Matthew Tatanchi. Jordan Connors declined his first chance game, and as a result, we had a need to go to our first alternate. So Matthew Tatanchi will be playing in this game.
Congrats to Matthew for making his return appearance to DBNI. Next up on this board is Doug Malott, who made the tournament by placing 2nd in the Nexus Press League. This will be Doug's 2nd DBNI, and he is also a returning member of last year's Super 7.
And our 3rd on this board is Rob O'Brien, qualifying by winning the Nexus Press League. This will be Rob's first DBNI appearance.
Next up is DBN co-founder Zachary Moore, who somehow was able to win Regatta and qualify for this tournament that way. There should be an investigation into this. Somebody has messed up. This is somehow Zachary Moore's 3rd DBNI appearance in a row. Something's going wrong, Brian.
We'll have to dig into that. Marcus Lone might be able to help us out with that. Coming in 2nd at the Snake Pit and also 2nd at the Australian Open. This will be Marcus's first DBNI.
Next up is a name familiar to all fans of the DBNI. It is Peter McNamara, two-time Diplomat of the Year. Peter made this tournament by winning the Australian Open. This is Peter's 5th DBNI. And for those of you in the know, there have only been 5 DBNIs, so Peter has made every single one, has made the top board 3 of those 4 previous appearances. We'll all be watching to see if he can do it again.
Some people calling him the GOAT. Someone who might have an issue with that, Karthik Koneth, who qualified by winning the European DipCon. This is also Karthik's 5th DBN Invitational appearance, but notably no Super 7. Karthik may be a little bit hungry coming into this year's event. First chance, round 1, game 2. Who do we have, Brandon?
Well, first up, we've got Zoe Cameron making her first appearance in the DBNI, and Zoe has qualified on the virtue of a 3rd place finish at the APAC Championship.
Next up, we've got John Ben. John's best result coming from the Boston Massacre. This will be John's first DBN Invitational appearance.
And keeping up with the Down Under theme, we've got Michael Saxton, the winner of the Snake Pit, which is the APAC's virtual competition. This is Michael's first DBNI appearance.
Next up, we've got Tim Crosby, a name familiar to many who have been following the Diplomacy Broadcast Network Invitational in the past. This will be Tim's 4th DBNI in a row. His primary points this season coming from a win of the first ever Gauntlet Diplomacy Tournament.
Next up, we've got Micah Blom, who won the French Championship, the CDF. Micah is making her first DBNI appearance as well. So 4 of them on this board already.
And adding to that list, our Rookie of the Year, Max Wanjiro Banks. Primary points coming from the Asia Pacific DipCon Championship. This will also be Max's first DBNI.
And last but definitely not least on this board, we have Jamal Hilkarli, who won the Melbourne Open primary set of points, although with that number 2 ranking, did pretty well in lots of tournaments, which is not a surprise to anyone. This is Jamal's 2nd DBNI, made last year's, but did not qualify for the Super 7. And if you know Jamal, you know he's going to be hungry to do well in this tournament.
Yeah, World Championship, Virtual Diplomacy Championship needs that Diplomat of the Year. First chance, round 2, game 3. We've got Keith Worstel, longtime DBN player, first-time DBN Invitational participant. Glad to see Keith qualifying this season. His primary points this season coming off a 4th place finish at the regatta.
Next up is Noam Brown, the 23 seed, getting in on virtue of a 3rd place finish at the VDC, a very memorable 3rd place finish for those who watched that top board. This is Noam's 2nd DBNI. In the first appearance, DBNI number 3 in 2023, Noam made the Super 7.
And in 17th seed, 3rd member of this board, we have Stephen Hogue, another veteran Diplomacy Broadcast Network Invitational player. Steve's big points this season, winning Whipping, but this will be his first DBN Invitational.
And the number 16 seed, Riaz Virani, is the 3rd and last member of the 5-timer DBNI club, the only one of 3, the 3rd of 3 players who have made all 5 DBNIs. Riaz has made a Super 7, that was back in 2023, and he gets in on the virtue of a 2nd place finish at the DipCon, the North American Championship.
Jason Gray comes in as our 12th seed, and his points primarily coming from a 2nd place finish at the VDC. Really good game. I definitely encourage you to watch it if you haven't had a chance to. This will be Jason's first DBNI. He is a rookie.
And the number 10 seed, Michalis Kamaritis, the winner of the Dutch National Championship. And this is Michalis' 3rd DBNI.
And the highest seed on this board, Katie Gray, the winner of the North American DipCon, has been in 1 Super 7 in the past. That was in our 2nd DBNI. And this will be Katie's 3rd DBN Invitational to participate in.
All right, back over to board number 2 here. We've got Ben Kelman, the 28 seed, coming in. This is Ben's 4th DBNI. Ben has not made a Super 7 before, so he's going to be looking to make an impact this year.
Yeah, Ben's highlighted in orange. We had a couple others called out as well. This means that they're bubble players. Bubble players statistically must win in their first chance round in order to advance. Otherwise, they're going to need a little bit of help, somebody ahead of them not playing. So really important for those bubble players to win in this first chance round. Jason Bennett comes in as our next player, our 22nd seed. Jason's points this season coming off a second place finish at Carnage, and this will be Jason's 2nd DBNI.
Next up, we've got the 20 seed, Johnny Gillum. Johnny won the VWDC Summer Classic this year, broke through last year in the DBNI by winning a first chance game and making the Super 7. This is Johnny's 4th DBNI in a row.
Jan Clouet, world champion, and comes to us, qualifies primarily on the strength of the second place finish at the French Diplomacy Championship. This will be Jan's first DBN Invitational.
The number 14 seed, Justin Lohr, one of 3 rookies to make the DBNI this year. Justin rides in on the strength of a second place finish in the VDL. This is Justin's first DBNI.
And Jackson Roberts on a hot streak after his big win at the Virtual Diplomacy Championship. This will be his 2nd DBNI, but there's been a gap. This will be his first since the very first DBN Invitational.
And the top seed on this board, the number 8 seed, Bradley Grace, is the winner of the Tour of Britain and making his 3rd DBNI appearance and looking to win something outside of the UK.
All right. Well, congratulations to all of our players. Man, some of these boards, I am super excited. I think anybody that is a fan of this game has to be looking forward to this event. Absolutely one of the highlights of the year for me. And I can't wait to nerd out with a bunch of other people analyzing these games and watching some quality play.
Yeah, each of the 4 boards has a really unique set of storylines and really compelling storylines as well. People who are looking to make a mark, people who have made marks and are looking to add more, looking at you, Peter McNamara. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how it all works out.
All right. Well, if you would like to watch as well, our upcoming broadcast schedule, first up, our first and last chance rounds, the semifinal rounds will be broadcast on February 23rd, right here on the Diplomacy Broadcast Network. And the championship game will be on March 1st. And I'd like to thank all of you for watching. If you would like to reach out to us, you can reach us at info@diplobn.com. If you haven't already, please subscribe, give the video a thumbs up. All of this helps YouTube algorithm pass this game on to more people, helps to grow the hobby. And we hope to see you joining us in watching this season's 2025 DBN Invitational. Thanks for watching.